Welcome back to Norristown High School. The score at halftime, 40-24. Norristown 16-point lead. They really opened up this game in the second quarter. And of course, my special guest tonight is head coach of the girls varsity team here at Norristown High School, Coach Roger Jackson, as one of the referees just came over and started reading my paper from last Monday night, and I don't know where that came from, but I guess if it was there, hey, why not read it? So what do you think Coach McGee told his team at halftime here? Is up by 16 and not really a challenge tonight.
Well, you know, I saw an interesting quote from Coach McGee a couple games back when they were playing a team that really wasn't going to pose a challenge for them. He said, you know, you really can't go in the locker room and give them a Newt Rockney speech and, you know, really try to pump them up like they're playing Hatboro or Horsham or Harrisburg or, you know, a team like that. You know, the best you can try to do is just paint a realistic picture. Say, look, you know, don't let down. We have to get this done, but don't look ahead to the next games because, you know, you let a team get on a run, you let them get confidence and believe they can stay in the game, and, hey, they might come back and bite you. I'm sure he probably wants them to also turn up the defensive intensity just a bit. You know, offensively, they haven't been too bad, but defensively, the intensity that we're used to seeing from a Norristown boys team hasn't quite been there yet.
Stout gets called for the walk there as he tried to go baseline.
Looked like he stepped on someone's foot.
And if a team, unless a team has 0 points on the board, a coach is really always going to say, you know, you could always do better defensively.
Yes.
Green puts up a 3, and it's good. Marcus Green, his 3rd 3 of the night. Just about to say that he was Norristown's 3rd leading scorer in that first half. Now he is their leading scorer with 11. Ball off of Stout's hands back to Norristown as Lee Fowler and Melandine both had 9 in the first half. Weldon with 2, Wiggins with 5, and Maurice Allen with 7. For Wissahickon, their leading scorer is Walt Childs with 7, but of course he has 3 fouls. He has to be careful earlier on in this third quarter. 5 points each for Bond and Brady. 3 for Stout and Dave Jeff and Sharif Queenan, with 2 points. Good strong rebound there by number 54, Drew Moyer. Stout back the other way. Enjoy a hot dog, piece of pizza at halftime, or?
No way, those concession stands are packed. I wonder how much food they bring in for the concession stand for the guys' games. We occasionally run out at the girls' games. I can't imagine what they must have to stock it with for the boys' games.
We know they're doing a fine job over there, students of Norristown High School, and Mr. Santangelo always doing a great job. Allen behind the back to Wiggins, no good, and Childs back the other way.
Childs certainly isn't shy about penetrating.
He definitely appears to have a little bit of talent at that point guard position. And that's a little bit of quickness, too, definitely, that he can use against this Norristown team. Of course, not many teams in this area out-quick Norristown.
No, they won't.
Back the other way, Wiggins. Nobody stepped up on him, Eric Wiggins. You're going to make it that easy for him. He's going to have a great night. 7 for him.
Even if you have quickness, you're maybe a Porsche going against a Lamborghini.
Childs for 3. No good. Brady and Fowler battling. Brady's going to get called for the push on Fowler. For Brady, that's number 3 tonight.
Foul Brady, 13 first.
You know, you get a chance to watch a player like a Marcus Green or Maurice Allen. And, you know, it's one thing to watch them from the sideline. I've had the fortune or misfortune of playing some pickup games with these guys. And it's a whole other thing to be on the court and play against them.
We've heard Coach Jackson say that Maurice Allen might be one of the most competitive people he's ever coached. We've seen Allen in some very tight games here at Norristown, especially that Abington game Saturday night. He started to step up as the senior leader on this team. Brady from 3 feet threw up an air ball. How he did that, I don't know. Stout for 3, no good. Wiggins back the other way. Feeds Green. Green, the crossover dribble. Great vision inside to Fowler, and he was absolutely mauled inside.
You know, watching Marcus, it's a joy to watch him. you know, that having been a former point guard, it's, you know, you appreciate some of the things he does. And I'm watching his game, and he has a lot of the subtleties, and I'm not sure where he's picked them up from, but he's learned a lot of the subtleties of the bigger time basketball game, not just the stuff they teach you in CYO or in community leagues, but he's really picked up a lot of the tricks of the trade. I won't share all of them because they're exactly that, but you know, I'm watching him and I just have to smile because I'm watching him do the very little things that really end up separating good players from great players and allows players to do whatever they want on the court versus some of what they want on the court. And he just has it.
Marcus Green is blessed with the ability. Jeff Bond, nice move there. He has 7 tonight. Marcus Green is blessed with the ability. I've seen a lot of the stuff that Marcus Green does, and commentating on these games, I've actually learned a lot of the stuff that Marcus Green does. I can think in my mind the stuff that he does, and I can think what he, you know, is going through his mind. I gotta tell you, I am about half the world away from doing what he can do. It's just amazing some of the stuff we've seen him do. And when you think he can't do anything else, he does 2 more things that just absolutely amaze you.
And that's really a sign of a player who's really committed to working on their game. We'll check on 50-50s, Greg.
You're not even close, I don't think.
And you would be accurate, sir. We're not even close.
And the curse of the 50-50 tickets at the broadcast table continues. Mr. Neil Schaefer, my usual partner, won a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, only won $13 during one of the girls' games here at Norristown High School.
I was about to say, was it a girls' game?
So, of course, he went out and bought himself a pizza that night, I guess, but didn't split any with me. And if you have complaints about that and you think Greg should have been donated to the Greg Fry College Fund, you can write to Norristown High School. It's now a 24-point lead for Norristown with 4:28 left in the third quarter.
And Greg, as I commented in the first half, it's really kind of a subtle pulling away that Norristown is doing tonight. It hasn't just been that explosion, the thunderous dunk, the frenzied trap where they get 2 or 3 or 4 turnovers and convert them. It's just been, you know, solid half-court defense, stop them, come down on our end, and score.
Drew Moyer, his first 2 of the night. Allen on the great crossover dribble. No good. Fowler battling inside. He gets it to go off glass. Lee Fowler really making a name for himself tonight. He has 13 points. Coach McGee did say in the paper today that Lee Fowler was playing well for him at the beginning of the year and then suffered those 2 very severely sprained ankles, and now finally getting back to where he's fully healthy. Stout.
And you know, it takes time. When you're injured, you not only have to get back your conditioning, you also have to get back your feel for the game. And that sometimes takes longer than the physical injury itself takes to get over.
Wiggins, his second 3 of the night. And like we said before, you know, Lee Fowler was severely injured. I mean, 2 severely sprained ankles, not a thing that you like to play on. Bond, a high arcing 3. But there were guys coming off the bench. You know, James Stewart came up to varsity, really made a name for himself, and now he's sitting on that varsity bench. But he gets playing time. He played a little bit in that first half. Weldon follows his own shot, and he's fouled by Moyer. Then you have guys like James Edmonds, Damian Solomon, guys like that off of the bench. It doesn't stop, and there were 3 guys who could have played center for Lee Fowler while he was hurt. Plus, Fowler played a little bit of that time.
Yeah. And again, you spoke about it earlier, the depth of the bench, and that, you know, possibly the second team here, you know, could do very well in this league playing on their own.
2 substitutions for Wissahickon coming out as Drew Moyer and Earl Stout. Rob Vinson and Brian Finnegan back into the game for Wissahickon.
I have to tell you, I'm going to be a bit disappointed when Habro Horsham comes here. I'd really like to be here to see that one. We have our own business to take care of, though, that evening.
Well, I swear I didn't put Coach Jackson up to this, but of course you can always watch it on the high school cable access channel.
I'll certainly be doing that.
And just, I would say though that you should look in the paper the next day because you're going to want to know what happened.
I'll probably call someone that night. find out once we return. Don't think I could wait till the next day.
I'm sure there'll be enough media here tonight, that night, that you'll be able to find out when you get back. Or they might still be playing by the time you get back. These two teams are such powerhouses. Norristown, of course, handling Hatboro Horsham very easily, a 20-point win at Hatboro Horsham. So, you know, the Hatters are going to have something to prove when they come in here. Baseball pass to Allen. Went behind the back, no good. Didn't work, and we're going to have a foul coming the other way.
Foul Weldon, his third, being into the game.
Getting into the action here, Coach.
Hey, next thing they're going to ask you to shoot a couple technical fouls.
I feel bad for anybody who asked me to do that, I gotta tell you. That was on Weldon. He has 3 tonight. Wiggins almost had a steal. Brady now. Ball back to Wissahickon. The only thing, I love watching this Norristown team play. The only problem I have is, by the time I mark down that somebody scored for the other team, I look up and Norristown's back running their offense again.
Absolutely. You can't blink.
It's fast-paced action, and sometimes it just flusters me a little bit because I can't get everything written down quick enough. That ball went off of Bond's hands, and Norristown will get it back.
Well, again, and that's really one of the keys to Norristown's success. While the clock's ticking, you really don't get a chance, if you're the opponent, to breathe, catch your breath, tug on your shorts, you know, tighten up a shoelace, because you blink and these guys are by you.
Bill Richardson into the game for Jeff Bond. Wiggins, inside power move, won't go. Saved by Finnegan. Now Walt Childs. Good aggressive attack right there from Childs. If he had gotten by those defenders, he still would have had a 2-on-3 to deal with. Marcus Green gets called for his 3rd foul of the night.
And again, we had commented on Brad Weldon and Eric Wiggins' size earlier in the game. And, you know, there was an example. He was able to go up on 2 people in the lane and get the shot off with relative ease.
And the fact that he has 2 3-pointers tonight is just absolutely amazing that he can do it all. Finnegan jumper won't go. Richardson the rebound. Finnegan baseline won't go. Weldon taps it out, and ball keeps going into Finnegan's hands. He'll try again. Finally gets it to go. And first you don't succeed, try again, and heck, try again. Brian Finnegan finally gets his first 2 points of the night. Fowler, the spin move, and it's good. Lee Fowler absolutely dominating inside. Those guys inside, Bill Richardson and Jeff Bond, just can't do anything to stop him.
You know, and again, this is a case of one of those times I'm talking about. This is a really good opportunity for Lee Fowler and some of the bench players to really get in and work on aspects of the offense. Because, you know, you may not have a lot of resistance this evening, but there will be a time down the line in the district and state playoffs where you will face up to a center and you'll need to have your moves polished. And especially for Lee Fowler coming off an injury, you know, this is really good to be able to get your timing back and, you know, work on things without having to worry about a great defender stopping you until you've gotten the condition and gotten the timing back down, until you're ready to do that against someone strong.
Brian Finnegan, a nice move. He has 4 tonight. Pass to Dean. His layup won't go. Wissahickon with a chance to put 2 more on the board if they hurry. Vincent now puts up the layup, and it goes. Rob Vincent, a nice move right there. Finally something to cheer about for Wissahickon. Unfortunately, they have to look at the scoreboard and see it's 61-37 with 8 minutes of basketball left to play in this game. Norristown extending their lead once again in that 3rd quarter. Playing great basketball right now, Coach McGee. I don't think Coach McGee has really been upset at all this year with the way his team has played. Their 2 losses, of course, coming to that Newark East Side team and to Harrisburg, the defending state champions. So 2 difficult games for them. In that Newark game, they lost it at the buzzer with a shot that Coach McGee pretty much called a prayer, and it was answered from that Newark team.
Yes, and even a Harrisburg game, you know, they showed for long stretches of the game that they can indeed hang with and lead Harrisburg. just some unfortunate situations down the stretch, that goes differently, and we're beating the team that's undefeated in the state. Even the loss is frustrating, but you have to be encouraged that, for a good portion of that game, you were leading the defending state champs and someone who will certainly figure into the state title picture this year.
Norristown now ranked 7th in the state. That Harrisburg team, 15-0, the only undefeated team in the state. They are number 1, of course. They're the team to knock off, as they dethroned PW last year. Fowler inside. He was fouled by Finnegan. Expect to see maybe a little bit of excitement here in this fourth quarter as the fans have quieted down a little bit. We've seen some exciting plays tonight, though, from Lee Fowler on the followed dunk, and a couple of other exciting passes from Marcus Green to get the crowd fired up.
I guess the only question in fans' mind now is when will the bench get empty? I have to comment, being a coach, it's a little tough when you're on Wissahickon side of the ball. There's one part of you that says, let's be realistic. We haven't been able to get it done tonight. We're probably not going to come back in the fourth quarter. And then there's another side of you that says, you don't want to give up the fight. You want to fight till the end. Maybe your starters can work on something. And, sometimes it's a really delicate balance and difficult decision. Do you put in all your bench players at this point? You're pretty sure you're not going to win. But do you want to get the message across to the kids that it's never over until it's over?
Richardson now, a good move right there. Bill Richardson, his first toy of the night. 10 scorers for Wissahickon tonight as Wiggins back the other way. 10 scorers for Wissahickon. Unfortunately, a lot of guys with 4 and 3 points, though, not really contributing much. But it's got to be a good sign for Wissahickon, seeing that they have a lot of guys who can at least, throw up some points, certain nights. It's always nice to have a little bit of depth.
And again, we say, you may not get it done against Norristown tonight, but, down the road in the season, some of these guys that are getting an opportunity to play, you may need. And, this is valuable experience.
Evans now inside the Wiggins. Back out to Green. He'll put up the jumper. Gets the roll. Marcus Green now with 13 points tonight. Just as Wissahickon rolls off 4 points, Norristown comes right back with Marcus Green.
And as you see, the other thing that's a benefit to putting some of your bench players in and even keeping your starters in, you're getting the opportunity to practice against some very, very good players. There's no way, nice move by Wiggins, there's no way you can simulate this in your own practice, so you're getting the opportunity to do it here. You often hear about coaches preparing for teams. How do you prepare for a team like Norristown? Do you go out and get the track team to just run around the court against you and, try to simulate it that way?
I think one of the main things you have to do is you have to find the best church in your area, and you have to go and you really just have to pray for a while. Green back the other way. Layup is good. Marcus Green steal there, and he goes coast to coast for the layup. Wissahickon coaches will call a timeout to get their substitutions in and to take a breather. They've got to be a little winded right now. 69-41, 5:03 left in this game. While we have a chance, we want to thank the Norristown School District for bringing you tonight's game. Director of Communications, Mr. Tony Koya. Our supervisor and man behind the scenes tonight, Mr. Sam Galbraith. And our camera people, Carl Moore and Carl Baker. Those folks doing a fine job tonight. Once again, we want to recognize the Birdcage, the concession stand out here at Norristown High School. Students doing a great job of feeding the hungry fans in the Norristown High School gym. And without them, we'd be lost, and I wouldn't have eaten dinner a lot of nights. Once again, if you're just joining us, you've missed an exciting game number 1, and you've missed our special guest tonight, Coach Roger Jackson, head varsity girls basketball coach. His team